to talk about your space online, how to make the most of your space online. I have some ideas to help those of you who are ready. You are ready and willing to take action. It is September. We are in September. The year is almost over. The year is almost over. September, October, November, December. What's your plans for Christmas? What's your plans for Christmas? Are you planning to make sure you don't have unnecessary stress over Christmas? What's the plan? Have you made a plan for family, for relatives? Where are you all going for Christmas? What are you going to be doing around Christmas? Welcome to my live stream. This is Coach Meg. We are going to talk about an idea that will help you to feel like you are getting everything back in control. Good morning, Freebird. Good to see you on here. We are going to have an amazing morning. It's just after 11 here in London. I don't know what time it is where you are. What time is it where you are, Freebird? And those of you who are just joining, what time is it? What time is it where you are watching from? We're going to have an amazing time on here. We're going to talk about owning your space, because sometimes with all the distractions, it can feel like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm trying to accomplish, and you may feel overwhelmed. You may be feeling overwhelmed with social media, that in the end, social media is just for entertainment. We're going to talk about that. Can you see I've got my little crown, my little pearl crown? My name Meg actually means pearl. So when you're with Coach Meg, you will get some gems this morning. We're going to talk about owning your space, how to make the most of social media. So social media is working for you, to make sure the algorithm is working for you. Some of you already know about this idea. Some of you already know about the idea, how to make sure the algorithm is supporting your goals. Yes? Whatever you interact with online, you will see more of that. Isn't that interesting? Whatever you engage with online, you will see more of that. So if you are in a season where you want to be taking action, where you want to grow as a person, where you want to become a better version of you, where you want to become a stronger version of you, where you want to become a happier version of you, you only interact with content that supports your goals and your visions. Does that make sense? Yes? If you want content that supports where you are going, only interact with that. I know some content creators may not like this, but this is the truth. At the end of the day, we must own our space. Welcome to my live stream. This is Coach Meg. This is Coach Meg. We are going to talk about owning your space. And one of the beautiful things about this topic is it gets you back in the driver's seat, where you're not just dancing to everybody's tune, where you're not just following what everybody's doing, where you are doing what you want to do, what works for you. And yes, granted, because I work online a lot, I have more space and more freedom to do a lot of things online, but not everybody has that freedom. Some of you have full-time jobs. Some of you have toxic work environments and you're not sure what to do about this. This is the live stream for you. If you have a work environment that is toxic, this is the live stream for you. Because on this live stream, we're going to talk about taking charge, owning your space. Wherever you are is your space. You have the right to be there. If you are legally there in that job anyway. If you are rightfully in that relationship. If you are in space that is not yours, let's engage. Let's tap the screen. Let the algorithm pick up. Coach Meg is bringing value, is building the community. Yes, TikTok likes that. All the social media platforms like that when we are building communities. Yes, the platforms, they help us to grow our community. So let's interact, let's engage, tap the screen. Listen, to own your space is to take charge where you are only engaging in what matters to you. If it is something that is helpful to you, if it's content that matters to you, engage with that, comment, yes? That is how you grow all your social media accounts, by the way. I didn't know this when I first started using social media. That the more you engage, the more you comment, the more the algorithms will push your own content to the front. Yes? So for example, if you want to build an Instagram account, yes, you have to engage with other Instagrammers. If you want to build a TikTok account, you have to engage with other TikTokers, especially those who are doing live streams. Yes? If you want to grow your own account, engage with other accounts. So welcome to the live stream. This is Coach Meg. We're going to talk about owning your space. Because one of the things I've noticed, when you are doing a live stream, don't get distracted by people who want to join your live stream, people you don't know who are not a part of what you're doing. There are people who want to join your live stream to take over. You have to be mentally strong. Yes, you have to choose to be mentally strong when you do live streams. So I'm going to talk about all these things. How to own your space online. Welcome to the live stream. Because I know many of us, it will be Christmas, and Christmas can be a stressful time. It doesn't have to be. Listen guys, tap the screen if you can hear me. Is this content reaching you? Can you hear me? Tap the screen, let's engage. I want to make sure that I'm on track, that the algorithm is picking up. Tap the screen if you can hear me wherever you are watching from. I am live streaming from London. It is 11:09. Welcome to my live stream. This is Coach Meg. Good to see you on here. I hope you are good. I hope you're having an amazing time. Thank you for those of you who responded. Because you see, one of the things I've learned about communication, if we don't engage, it's like I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it, right? If you can hear somebody, let them know you can hear them. One really good coach, he's a very successful coach, a Christian coach. He said he doesn't like doing, some of these online classes because he can't tell if people can hear him. Anyhow, we're going to talk about owning your space, because whatever your goals this year, before Christmas, it is not too late to accomplish your goals. You can make more money than you have ever made if you listen to the ideas I'm going to share today on this live stream. Owning your space. Okay, I've been gathering knowledge for my change in career and lifestyle, doing extra courses. Okay, all right. All you want to be careful of, Freebird, is to not overdo it, because sometimes we can learn until there's no more to learn. One of the things I've learned is start taking action with what you already know. That is my start taking action with what you already know, because the money you make from that will help you to cut the learning curve and save you a lot of time. You can now start playing with the high players, those who are playing on a higher level. Yes? Because when you get a bit of knowledge, that's good. Start taking action with that, okay? I'm going to share a powerful idea online today that a lot of people, and I have prayed that God will bring the right people, the action takers, because this is gold, what I'm going to share on here. I've been learning from others and I've tried it myself. It is gold. Yes? When you own your space, you must own your space everywhere you are. For example, even for safety issues, when you're out and about, be aware of your environment. I'm not talking about living in paranoia. I'm talking about be aware of your environment. Yes? Because even people who steal from others, they look at people who look vulnerable, who are unaware of their environment. Did you know, I've done some of this research, even scammers, they look for people who look vulnerable, who look like they don't have a clue what's going on. You have to be aware even when you're out and about. Yes? That you're good, you're safe. Yes? Now imagine online too. Even online, you must own your space. Let me say this. Own your day. Ooh. Own your day. Own your day. Okay, let me quickly just check some comments. Any new messages? Welcome those of you just joining. This is Coach Meg. We're going to have a fun time here, owning your space. You may hear some ideas you've never heard before that are going to be really helpful. You're going to get your joy back. You're going to feel like you're in control of your life again. You're not going to feel like life is running away from you. Yes. You're going to feel like you're in control. You are managing your life. Your life is going exactly where you want it to go. Ooh. There is so much joy and power in knowing your life is going exactly where you want it to go. This is a gift from God. Ooh. This is a gift from God to decide the life you want and not to allow anybody else to take or steal your life or give you their ideas, how to be in charge of where you want to be and where you want to go. Where you are taking full responsibility for the consequences of your decisions. That if you need to change a decision, you know you can change the decision and it's okay. That it's okay. Yes. Where you can recognize, I chose this job, I can choose another job. I chose this business, I can choose another business. Yes. When you are in that place of knowing you got full power to do that. There are many parts in life, right? Things that we cannot control. But I'm talking about things we can control. Like your decisions. Like where you live. Where you work. Who you're in relationship with. Who your friends are. Who your closest friends are. Who you get along with in your family. Who you confide in your family. Right? Okay, let's see. There's some messages here. Let's see. Or is it TikTok just telling me people are joining? Welcome to the live stream. This goes so fast, I can't keep up with it. So just join the conversations. Join the conversation. Okay, let me give you an idea. Let me tell you a little story about taking charge of your life. When I first came to the United Kingdom, I had a dear friend. We used to hang out a lot. Really nice lady from the Congo. African lady. Oh, I love just how, she's got an appetite for life. Yes. And when you have an appetite for life, when you love life, when you're excited about your life, when you love your life, when you enjoy everything about who you are, you will attract the good and the bad. Yes, it's a part of life. You will attract the good and the bad. When you really love your life, you love who you are. Can you see my little crown? It's a little reminder for those of you. You are a king and a queen if you so choose. You are a king and a queen if you so choose. Or you can just run around everybody else. You can run around the algorithms. You can run around whatever everybody else is doing. Or you can take charge and decide what makes you happy. You can decide what do you enjoy the most doing. So let me go back to this story. This lady that I met from the Congo, amazing lady. She had an appetite for life like me. We enjoyed life. We would go dancing together. We would go for having, meals together to the restaurant. We had an amazing time. And like I said, when you have an appetite for life, when you enjoy your life, you love who you are, you are unapologetic because you realize you have a right to be here. You don't need to live life depressed. You don't need to live life miserable. This is gold what I'm talking about. When you realize you can own your power and only have things in your life that bring you joy, that bring you happiness, that make you feel empowered. When you decide, I'm only going to make decisions that make me feel stronger, better, more excited about life. When you get back your control, your life will be happy. You don't need anybody to make you happy because you decide. Thank you, Gabriel. Welcome to the live stream. I think we've interacted on DMs before. Good to see you on here. Good to see you on here. When you take charge, you can no longer be miserable. When you realize it's not about the company I work for. They don't need to make me happy. When you don't wait for external validation, life becomes just amazing. When you realize any decision I make, it's up to me. I will pay for the consequences. Oof. So let me tell you a story about this lady, like I said, from the Congo. We would hang out, we would go to meals together, we would go and have restaurants, choose restaurants that we want to go to. We would go dancing together. Ooh! Then I noticed something. There was a guy in her life who didn't want to commit to her. There was a man in her life who didn't want to make a commitment to her. He was giving her a hard time. And I got sick of it because I could see how amazing she is, an amazing human being. When she smiles, when she laughs, kind, caring, supportive, generous, big heart. But she had this English guy who was really taking advantage of her. She had a side, an area in her life that was not quite where she wanted it to be. So this guy was using that. I was so ticked off with that. So I said to her, let's get your life where you want it to be. You don't need this guy in your life. You don't need this guy in your life. You're amazing. You are beautiful. You are stunning. You don't need somebody who doesn't appreciate you. You don't need somebody who doesn't want to commit to you. So at first she was struggling because this is what it is. When you get too close to somebody who is not right for you, it can be hard to walk away from them. Thank you so much, Gabriel, for the likes. I appreciate you. I hope we do some more work together. I've got an amazing offer that I'm going to talk about today that I've been working on. I'm a creator, so I create. I was made by the Creator God, so I am a creator. So I created a solution for those of you who struggle. How do I do this? Some of you want multiple income streams. I created a program that is going to work for you. You will love it, and it will make sense for you. Those of you who are action-minded, I'm not talking about people who are just, you've been learning and learning and learning, but you're not taking action on what you've already learned. It's not for you. Yes, because I had to learn this. Anything I talk about is what I live out. Yes, anything I talk about is what I live out. Please get ready for your questions. There'll be a time for me to answer questions as well. Anyhow, so going back to this story, this friend of mine at the time, we were really close. I've walked away now. I work somewhere else. She was just a stunning human being, and I didn't like the way this man was treating her because I knew she deserved better. So as I was supporting her and coaching her through this, eventually she was able to let go of that relationship. Because listen to this, the longer you stay in relationship with somebody who is not right for you, the harder it is to get out. The longer you stay in relationship with people that are not right for you, the harder it is to get out. Some friendships are unhealthy. They're unsupportive. Some friendships are unhealthy. They are unsupportive. And some friendships are with people who their only assignment is to take from you. You need to understand this. This is a spiritual reason. Yes, this is a spiritual reason. There are people in your life, their only assignment is to test your worth and value. Ooh. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. This is so good. There are people in your life, they come to test what kind of person are you. Listen, in the Bible, Jesus had a betrayer, Judas, very close. But he still finished his assignment. He still completed his assignment. Why am I saying this? You may have people who don't like you. They are around you and they feed. They want to talk. They want to be in your ear. Listen to this. Pay attention what people want to be in your ear a lot. Do they mean well? Or they want to control where you go so that one day they will say, I helped you to get there. I helped you to get there. There are people who want to take credit for your success. There are people who want to take credit for your success. I'm not saying we shouldn't value the input of the right people, like here, right? You do well, we can talk about it. Thank you, Coach Meg, for your support. I'm not that insecure. Whether you credit me or not, whether you give feedback or not, the world is still big. I have a lot of people who need to give me feedback, right? On my website, Coach Meg has helped me, but for some reason, because it's a part of it. Will you finish your life assignment? Will you build that business? Will you be the first multi-millionaire? Will you be the first billionaire in your family? Will you break generational poverty in spite of the setbacks you've experienced? Yes, this is what you need to ask yourself. Because understand this. The tests that you are going through are giving you an indication of who you are. The challenges you have faced so far, some of you already know this, are giving you a sign to your greatness. Your challenges are the best example to give you an idea of who you are. And I know sometimes you may feel like, I don't want to deal with this. You want to hide in the sand. You don't want to build that business. You don't want to be doing the live streams. You don't want to build the website. You don't want to be posting content. You don't want to be seen. Okay. Are you going to agree with the negativity, or you are going to decide, heck no? Here's my attitude. The more I face opposition, the more I push back. When I face opposition, I push back even further. Then I just go hard. That's my attitude. Because whatever is opposing you, jealous of you, even using a person, you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to agree with it. I always like to say, the deeper your challenges is, to the same degree you must go higher. To the degree you have felt and been so low in your life is to the degree you must decide, I'm going to go higher. And that means the process will require some healing, some processing, some humility, some honesty. Yeah, to be honest with yourself. Not to jump steps, yes, not to jump your growth. Like, be willing to be honest with yourself. Can you be consistent on this level where you are? Yes, can you be consistent in difficult circumstances? Some of you only want to do live streams when you have this big studio. When your whole life is perfect, you will be late. Let me say this is important. Some of you are waiting for things to be perfect, for your whole life to be in order before you start generating leads, before you start generating followers. It will be too late. The market will have shifted. There may be new software that is now too hard to learn. Now you push yourself back 10 years. Ooh, I discovered this spiritual principle. When you're not willing to take action now, you can lose 10 years. This is scary. You can lose 10 years if you don't take action now. Yes? When you don't take action now, you can lose 10 years. So the process is, you have to be willing to make some hard decisions. People in your world holding you back, they're toxic. They want too much attention. They always need you around them. Be careful of people like that. That is seduction. Seduction is not always like, ooh, do you love me? Seduction can also be in negativity, where you're always solving other people's problems. Be careful of that. Thank you, Jabba, for your... Thank you, Gabba, for your like. Be careful of always trying to fix other people's problems. That is a distraction. Distraction is not always entertainment. Distraction can force you, when you are being a false hero to somebody else. Be careful of that. Where you're always trying to fix somebody who can never be fixed. Somebody who enjoys the attention you give them. I know this in my own world. Trying to play superwoman. I know this in my own journey. Because the challenge is, when you have invested so much time in a certain project or a person or a job or a career, you may feel like, I don't want to walk away, I've invested too much time. But here's one of the things my coach said. What does it matter if you have good experience, many years of experience, in something that is not giving you the results you need? What is the point? Yes? What is the point of investing? Thank you, Jennifer. What is the point of investing in a relationship for many years? Oh, because we have children, but he's abusive, he's toxic. In public, he pretends to be all lovey-dovey, or she, it could be he or she. Both men and women are abusive. In public, at church, when you're with your friends, they act all lovey-dovey, but in private, they are dismissive. They put you down. They show you they don't like you. Because you have made... This is the mistake of toxic people. When you make somebody... When somebody thinks that your whole life depends on them accepting you, When somebody mistakenly believes that your whole essence is based on them appreciating you, liking you, oh, you did good today, oh, they have no idea. They have no idea that one day you're going to become strong enough and cut them off. Yes? So we are talking about owning your space on this live stream. Thank you so much. There's about 11 of you on here or 10 of you. I appreciate you guys. Get your questions ready. I'm going to talk about owning your space so that you are living out the life that you design. Yes? Where you design your happiness. Ooh. Where you determine the terms of your happiness, not based on what you see on social media. You don't even have room to be jealous of anyone because you're just like, yeah, they're doing their thing. I don't know whether it's even real or not, but I know what I'm working on. When you are building your own life, when you know you are creating what you love, there is no room for jealousy, no insecurity, no fear. Because you realize, I will have the life that I want. When you own it, right? Bruno Mars has a song, Own It, Uptown Funk, Bruno Mars. I love one of those songs that he sings. Where you own everything you are. And this is not to be arrogant, to put other people down. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about appreciating your space in history, appreciating your space in the universe, appreciating your space in life, appreciating your space in your family, appreciating your space in your career, appreciating your space in your family, appreciating your space in your local church. Your space, owning it. When you go to the shops, the local shop, you're aware of who you are, how you carry yourself. Now, what about online? Are you guys owning your space online? I'm going to quickly get to that. Thank you so much for the likes. Let's interact, guys. Let's get to 10,000 this morning, yes? When we get to 10,000, I'm done. I'm done. I'm doing some classes online where you can come and learn some practical things, how to grow your presence online. Not just to grow, but to own it. Where you're not easily manipulated or controlled or thrown off course. Yes? Where you start where you are with the budget that you have. Let's get to 10,000 likes. I'm expecting 10,000 likes this morning. And the gifts. Let's get the gifts coming. Because every bit helps. Multiple income streams. I don't do live streams because I like the sound of my voice. I love the sound of my voice, but it's because I want to make somebody walk away free with an idea that I share. I want somebody's mind to get this clarity where you feel clear now. Like, oh, I like what she said on there. I'm going to act on that. I like what she said. Yes? So I do these live streams because I want to make a difference in somebody else's life. That's the whole reason. I want to make a difference in families' lives because I know some children are suffering because their parents are not taking action. The parents are still working hard, long hours. Come on, mom and dad. Let's get with the times, yes? Let's be proactive. Let's be proactive. So owning your space online. Let's talk about it. Owning your space online. Owning your space online is deciding what content you already interact with. Some of you already know this idea. How to only interact with content that is helpful to you because you'll get more of that, yes? The algorithm will push on your page content that you're already engaging with, yes? I remember on Facebook I had to block so many people because I didn't have time to check their account, right? Because it's a friend request, I quickly check and I'm like, okay, yes, 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 yes. But then I would see some weird stuff on the Facebook story, so I had to block them off. Like not just delete, but block. Because I don't want to ever see something like that on my page. Anything that is not family friendly, block out. I don't. Because my eyes are beautiful, my eyes are precious. Somebody understands your eyes, the eye gate, what you watch, what you engage with is important. Here it comes, here it comes. Expectations, believing in yourself, comes from what you hear, what you listen to, the podcast that you have subscribed to. You can subscribe to my podcast. It's not even launched yet, but if you decide to be a part of the community, you want to hear me encouraging you every single day until you take off, subscribe. Yes, subscribe to the community so that you are only listening to information that makes you believe in yourself a bit more. Yes, what you hear can help you believe in yourself way more. And what you watch can cause you to have doubt. Here, let me explain that. Faith comes by hearing, doubt comes by what you see. Your circumstances can be telling you one thing, but if you are listening to great content, if you're listening to empowering messages, if you're listening to empowering speakers, you will start to believe, I can do this. So even if you're watching my live stream here right now, yes, and you are like, I'm not sure what she's saying, you can borrow my faith that I believe in you, yes, that if you take action with the guidance I'm giving you, step by step, it will work for you. You will get to the lifestyle that you desire. That is why I do not come on this and say, if you want to make 6 figures, I know I may say that in the teaching sessions. I don't give numbers because that is up to you and your ability to take action every single day. You alone understands what kind of impact you want to have in your world. You alone understands what difference you need to make in your community, in your village where you come from. You alone understands, yes, what impact you need to make in your world when your time comes, because we are all living on borrowed time. We are all living on borrowed time. We will not always have the time we have. That is why we must take care of our mental health. That is why we must take care of what we feed on. Yes, because we are on borrowed time. You understand what difference you can make in your world. All of us, our immediate world is our family. If you're a parent, your children, your siblings, your parents, your aunties, uncles, your immediate family. Yes? Only each of us understand. Then you can reach the bigger world. We must start with our own families first. That's a spiritual principle. It's a biblical thing. Number one, you. Let me even go back even further. We have to begin with you, right? Faith comes by hearing. If you listen to people who are negative and who are biased and who make you feel like you are not good enough, you will start to think you can't do it. That is why coaching helps. Coaching is one-to-one, where you create space for somebody to speak words of life and affirmation into your life. Somebody who encourages you and tells you, you can do this. Somebody who can see your patterns and behaviors and tell you from a professional perspective, like, you know what? What you are worried about is not your problem right now. One of my clients, I was able to guide them that they don't need to focus on that anymore. That negative energy, they don't need it. Yes? So coaching gives you that dignity, that private space where you're working with this person and they're encouraging you and guiding you. And because they've got experience in the online space, what works, what doesn't work. There are a lot of speakers you can find online now. I've been around the space long enough to tell you that one is the real deal. That one, But we all have to decide. So faith comes by hearing what you're listening to. That is why you have to decide what you listen to. Yes? You can also, this is for people, those of us who want to grow, those of us who are tired of average. This live stream is for those of us who don't want to settle where everybody else has given up. This live stream is for those of us who want to create the life we want and take full responsibility for it. Yes, we take 100% responsibility. Now, let me address an issue. Some of us may not know we've been conditioned to be codependent. We've been conditioned to be codependent, where you don't really believe in your ideas. You don't believe your intuition. You don't even trust your own judgments. That is just part of conditioning, of trauma and all that. And that is an aspect where it may mean working with a therapist so that you can believe in yourself more. But here's another thing you can do to believe in yourself a bit more. I'm just speaking generally here. Yes, this is not directed at anyone. I'm speaking generally. You can decide to start taking on a challenge every single day. Do something you've never done before. That is how you start to believe in yourself. Yes, that is how you start trusting your own judgment. That is how you start feeling your own intuition as it is valid. When you feel a certain energy, pay attention to it. Yes. So this is part of the coaching. One of the ways to believe in yourself a bit more so that you are consistent. I shared a video here on my account. How to rebuild your soul. How to strengthen your mind. So that you can trust your own judgment. So that people are not taking you for a ride. People are not taking advantage of you. Because you don't want to spend the rest of your life living in resentment because people took advantage of you. Yes, and worse, when you don't even know who to blame. Thank you so much. I can't read your name, Boge, for the likes. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Because you see, I shared that video on my TikTok account to help a lot of people understand why they struggle to be consistent. Yes, your mind, your will, and your emotions have their own mind. Your mind, your will, and emotions have their own mind. They want to do their own thing, like a spoiled child. Your emotions can be like a spoiled child. Yes? And it's good to be emotionally aware and emotionally intelligent, meaning you need to know yourself. The Romans said that, yes? The powerful Roman Empire. Know yourself. So understand, why does this bother me? Do not ignore it. There's a reason why. Why does this bother me? Is there something in your past? Is there some suppressed hurt? This is not therapy, this is just to give you some guidance, yes? So as you are getting to know yourself a bit more, you will know what kind of people you don't need to be around. You will know what type of live streams you don't want to join. Yes? Because the more you know yourself, you will understand, this does not make me feel stronger. This does not make me feel better about myself. We have to choose. You don't have to eat anything on the table. You don't have to eat anything offered at every table. You can choose what you eat, what you feed on. Oh, I love this content. It's going to be on my other channels as well. We can choose what we feed on, what we engage in, what we're a part of, right? Because at the end of the day, if I'm not making myself stronger, I'm making myself weaker. Yes, we become stronger by the things that we hear. We become stronger by what we feed our spirit with. So the idea I wanted to share today is amazing, and we're going to talk a bit more about that, but let me just go a little bit on this, on your soul, your mind, your will, and your emotions. How do you strengthen your willpower? You strengthen your willpower by doing things that you know are important to you. And if you are a parent and you have a family and you have other responsibilities, you have to consider everybody else, right? But primarily, you have to take care of your soul, your spirit, okay, and your body. You have to take care of you. Because when you are the stronger version of you, then you can help everybody else. When you are the strongest, best, highest expression of yourself, then you can make a difference in other people's lives. Absolutely, yes. Feeding who you are. Caring for who you are, supporting yourself, empowering yourself. So, owning your space online is deciding, what content do I engage in? Only engage in content that is helpful to you. You'll get more of that. The algorithm will push that, okay? Financially, are you getting stronger financially or are you getting weaker? A man's wealth is his fortified city. Financially, are you getting stronger or are you getting weaker? Taking full responsibility, are you getting stronger or are you getting weaker? Are your plans putting you in a place where you are going to be financially stronger or worse off? Spiritually, are you feeding your spirit so you are becoming stronger or are you becoming weaker? Physically, are you becoming stronger? Are you exercising on a regular basis? Are you feeding yourself well? Are you learning the nutrients that are right for your body? Yes, this is owning your space. We're talking about owning your space today. Owning your space is getting back into your power zone. We are getting to 10,000 likes this morning. Let's tap the screen. Let's engage with the live stream. Owning your space is the most exciting place to be. Because it's no longer about everybody else, it's about what you want. What do you want? What do you want to accomplish? It's amazing to me that people can blame somebody else for the life that they are not willing to create. Sometimes people blame some others for the life they're not willing to create. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. You create your ideal lifestyle by sitting down and thinking about where you are and where you want to be. Where you are and where you want to be. What is it going to take? Who do I need to become to accomplish the lifestyle that I choose? A sustainable lifestyle, that is. I'm not talking about this lifestyle where people make a lot of money and then they self-destruct and they get ruined. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in building a lifestyle that you can't cope with. It's too much. You can't cope. I'm talking about becoming the person that can sustain the ideal lifestyle. Yes? Becoming the kind of person that can sustain the ideal lifestyle. On my own journey, I've shared this in the other live streams, as I worked in healthcare for many years, I had to make a decision. Am I going to continue living like this, or am I going to make some changes? I had to believe in myself that I can learn the skills that I now have to work online. I was willing to believe in myself. I was willing to believe in myself enough that I can build the lifestyle that I want by design, on purpose. That I don't have to follow the music of everybody else. That I can do life on my terms. I can work how I want. I can design my life and actively work on building that life. So you will find me active on here on TikTok. I don't do live streams all the time, every now and again. And then I'm also on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on YouTube. YouTube, by the way, is exciting. So what is your ideal lifestyle? What does your ideal lifestyle look like? What does your lifestyle look like? You alone can decide that. You alone can decide that. Nobody can tell you. You alone must decide what your ideal lifestyle looks like. So I started this live stream with, I have a precious idea. It's precious to me because I know it's going to be a game changer to a lot of people. I'm a creator, so I create. I am made in the image of God, so I am a creator. When you realize you are a creator, you create your ideal lifestyle. So, online, if you are willing to do what I'm about to share right now, it is a game changer. If you are willing to take action on this, it is a game changer. Online are many different ideas, and I've always shared this before. I've been in the online space for a while, and this is what I've learned is sustainable. And I've actually created a program for those of you who want to do it. I can do it with you, or we can set it up and do it for you, no problem. It is more costly if we do the whole thing for you, but if we do it together, it could be more affordable. Online, you need a space that is completely yours, that you own. Please take this advice seriously. It's going to be a game changer. If you don't take this advice, in 10 years' time, you will come back and say, I wish I did what Coach Meg said. In the online space, if you want to generate the income that you want, the lifestyle that you want, I'm really big on lifestyle because income can be variable. It can be up and down, it can be different, no issue there. But your lifestyle is the most powerful thing because your lifestyle is you in your lifestyle. Yes? When do you want to wake up? When do you want to go to work? When do you want to spend quality time with the people that matter to you? Right? So in the online space, you must create a space that is yours and yours alone. And you can create 3 spaces if you want. You can create 5 spaces. That is completely up to you. Now, in these spaces that you create, because I'm going to be doing a class on this. I'm going to be doing a class on this. It's only for action takers. I'm not giving away this for people who don't take action. I've worked too hard to come up with this idea. Space that you create, you can work on that space. It is like your own office that you can carry anywhere in the world. Imagine that. Creating your own space and online office that you can carry anywhere in the world. Think about that. Think about that. Creating your own online office that you can carry anywhere in the world. And there are many ideas around what I'm sharing right now, but not the way that I'm going to present it in the private class that I'll be doing, only for the action takers. There are people who have tried affiliate marketing and they felt like it didn't work for them because they've been doing it wrong. There are people who started businesses online and it didn't work for them because they're doing it the wrong way. If you want to own your space and do it the right way, come to the private class that I'll be doing. If you want to be in control of your income online, you must come to the private class that I'll be doing. When you own your space online, you are in control. Nobody else has to mess with it. It is up to you. Your online space is amazing because you own it. And it can also translate as your online office that you can carry anywhere in the world. You can be on holiday and you can check your messages. This idea is amazing. Your online office that you can carry anywhere in the world. This is powerful and just like, I love it so much because I worked 12-hour shifts. My lifestyle was around the job I had, and there came a time where I didn't like that. My lifestyle was around the job that I had. I didn't like that. My lifestyle was around the job I had. Thank you so much, Mazina, and I didn't like that. This is the freedom that I bring to anybody who's willing to learn from Coach Meg. The freedom to make your decisions in a sensible way. I'm not talking about delusion. Delusion, the law of attraction where you sit all day and you're expecting things to happen, or where you believe God will provide but you are not taking any action. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate you. I was living a life. I was working a job where my whole lifestyle was around that. And because I was so busy in that job, I couldn't even see the wood for the trees. Is that the phrase? I couldn't see the trees for the, whatever the phrase is, it's an English phrase. I had to sit by myself on a night shift, I've shared this before, and realize, do I want to be working like this all the time? Do I want to be living my life like this all the time? Because I wanted to spend quality time with my friends. Whenever we went out with my friends, we'd go dancing, we'd go to a restaurant and all this. It was such great fun. Because at work, when you're at work, right, you have some people who like you and some people who don't like you. I don't have to deal with people who don't like me. And by the way, I knew that I don't need to make friends at work. So I didn't really care, to be honest, if somebody liked me or not. If somebody is learning here, do not use work as the only place to make friends. Even if you don't make friends at work, you can make friends in your own life. Yes? People also have time to hang out. People, you can do things together. You can go horse riding. You can go bowling. You can go on holiday together. Because you see, this is the power of creating your life by design. Yes? Where you are taking charge of your life. Where you decide, I'm going to own my emotions. I shared this on my video. Do not allow your emotions to control your life. Make a decision. You know what? I'm going to create my life. I'm tired of feeling sick and tired. I'm tired of feeling low. I'm tired of earning only just to survive. You own it. You own it. Yes? So this is why I'm sharing this idea. In this idea, there will be more detail in the class. But this idea is about creating your own space online, where you can bring everything that you care about, that you enjoy, that matters to you. Yes, Yes, Mazina. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Blessings to you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support, Mazina. I appreciate your support so much. I hope I can do more for you. Yes. Especially those of you who really support me. Let me just say this to you. I want to really help you. Yes. I really appreciate the support. Because I may have like almost 24,000, but not everybody engages. Some people are there just space holders. I need to clean my account, I think. When you own your space online, listen to this. This is real because I've been doing it. People pay me online to work with me as a coach. I also have something else that is passive income on Etsy. Every now and again I get a message, oh, you made a sale. I haven't even looked at that account for months sometimes. But it's like, oh, there's a sale. I love that. I just love it. I love it. I love it. And because I work as a coach and everybody is in a different space, I love to talk about the growth mindset a lot. So this idea, guys, thank you so much for this. This idea, guys, is owning your space online. Now, let me explain a bit more. We'll do more in the class when you are ready. It's a webinar. Some of it will be recorded. Some of it I'll be live and present. Because who knows, I may be away somewhere on holiday and you are learning the class. I love this. Anyhow, owning your space online, create a space that you own. So many of you must make sure you have a website, okay? Make sure you have a website. That website, you can make it into a department store if you want, okay? I know you may feel like, oh, I can't compete with the department stores. Don't worry about that mindset. It is not about comparing yourself with big, long established companies. You can create your own department store right here, right now. By this weekend, in the next 7 days, you can create your own online department store. Okay? You know, just bring in those ideas, the mindsets. No problem. So having a website is one of the ways to own your space online. If I was you, I would have more than one website. According to your passions, what you enjoy, what you like, what you care about, okay? Now, on this space, say for example, let's give the example, you decide to open a department store online, okay? You can use the drop shipping method, no problem, that's even better, because you don't have to hold any stock. You know, these ideas are online. But it can be quite challenging. But if that's something you want to do, it matters to you, that is fine. Or you can use the job you have right now, the income you are making right now, to create more money. This is how the wealthy people think. This is how multimillionaires think. This is how billionaires think. The money you make is to make more money. The money you make is to make more money. That means it doesn't matter how much you're making. We have to get rid of this low income mindset. Just because you are on minimum wage doesn't mean you have to have a minimum wage mindset. You don't need to have a minimum wage mindset just because you're on minimum wage. That is for somebody who may be on that. Anyhow, so you're owning your space online. You decide you want to have a department store. You're going to be selling furniture, beds. Furniture is evergreen. You can never go wrong with furniture. A furniture business, somebody will run with this idea and make millions with it. Somebody is going to run with this idea and make millions with this. You can never go wrong with furniture. If you love furniture, you can never go wrong. People are always moving. People are traveling around the world. People are always upgrading their homes, so you can never go wrong. One of the things I realize about online, that is why I'm sharing this message. Take back your power, take back your control. Do not allow the internet to push you every way, which way. Because there's so many ideas and you're losing time, yes? Decide, especially if you're easily distracted, give yourself a strict discipline. In the next 90 days or in the next 30 days, I'll make sure I follow through with the advice Coach Meg is giving me. I'm going to work with a coach. And because you know yourself, right, that you are easily distracted, you decide, I'm going to give myself a certain discipline and focus on this, so that even if I'm distracted, but at least I'm making some money, right? Even if you're easily distracted, because it's about knowing yourself, yes? At least you know you are still generating income. Passive income is coming in. So for somebody like that, ADHD mindset, passive income is something that we have to definitely work on. And you decide, I'm going to make a commitment, because each of us must love ourselves so much, more than anybody else loves us, right? I'm wearing this little crown for people to remember. It's about authority today. Okay, so the furniture shop, you can't go wrong. Now, your challenge will be generating traffic to that website, to that shop. And that is where we work on together. You don't know that yet? You need to check with me, Trish. Yes, there are different price packages. Do not worry about that. A coach saves you a lot of time. There are people whose lives change because they're working with a coach 6 months, 1 year, everything has completely changed. Yes, don't worry about that, Trish. There are different packages, okay? And I realize that's why sometimes when I'm talking about it, that people will be discouraged, like, oh, I can't even afford a coach. Don't worry about that. There are different packages, yes? Okay, I need to do something. Tick-tock. Ooh, there are different packages, guys. That's why I do these live streams, because I also have a roadmap, by the way. The roadmap is like about £17. The roadmap is like £17, where you can work by yourself in the comfort of your home. If you want the roadmap, just get in touch with me, leave me a message, and that will be good. Yes, roadmap is where you can, if you feel like, oh, the 5K is too much, the 10K is too much, the 25K is too much, because they're different packages. Because I also work with big businesses. Yes. You decide where you're at. The roadmap is like £17. If you are willing to take action with that, I'll also be doing a webinar on that. There is no way you can go wrong. There is no way. There is no way. Okay? So owning your space. Let's use the example of the furniture store. You decide, I'm going to build a department store. Maybe you decide, I'm just going to do chairs. There are so many chairs around that people love, because this is something I've already tested. You can never go wrong with furniture. Let me give you Amazon. Amazon does furniture, right? Argos, here, I'm talking about here in the UK. Walmart in the United States. You can never go wrong with furniture. Warren Buffett purchased a company from a lady who went to the United States, couldn't speak a word of English, but she started learning from her daughter. She always wanted to open a furniture shop. She opened a furniture shop. She was so dedicated to her business. Warren Buffett invested and bought her company. She's now one of the members on his board. Because you can never... I always like to check what these big guys like. Because then I know, oh, these guys, listen to this. This is why we don't have to learn from our own mistakes. You learn from people who've already been doing the journey for many years. That is what being smart is. You don't have to figure everything out straight away by yourself. That is too costly. And sometimes it's too expensive, right? So I get a lot of ideas from Warren Buffett, the things he's talking about, the ideas, and some things just make sense. It's not just because he said it. I also look and I'm like, yeah, that's true. You can't go wrong with furniture. So you own your space. You decide, I'm going to do a furniture shop. You may not even feel that excited about it. But if you're somebody who is easily distracted, it's one of the ideas to start something where it's passive income. It's working for you, whether you are fully active or not. The important part is you do the work at the beginning. Yes? Guys, let's go for 5,000 likes. I said 10,000. Let's do 10,000. Let's go for 10,000. Let's go for 10,000. Yes? Because I'm going to prepare for another class after that. I love my work. Because it makes a difference in another person's life, and that's just amazing to me. Seeing people free, seeing somebody else feeling encouraged, that is really good. So, let's go back to the practical. That's just one idea, the furniture shop. When you have that furniture shop, I'm sharing these ideas, which I'll be sharing for the paid classes. Okay? That furniture shop, set up all your multi-channel marketing. That is if you are ambitious. Set up your multi-channel marketing. And I know there will be a lot to understand and to break down. You have to come in the class to hear more of this. Set up your multi-channel marketing. Okay? Because I have seen this for myself. When I fully engage on any platform, I notice the difference. When I fully engage on Facebook, I notice the difference, the interaction, the engagement. Right? There's a secret I'll tell you if you come to the class to that. When I go on Instagram, I've started updating my Instagram now. When I'm fully engaged and I'm active, I notice a difference. Do not focus too much on the money. Focus on your actions. This is where a lot of people get it wrong sometimes. Do not focus on the money. Focus on your ability to execute. Your ability to take action every single day. Where you think like an executive. Where you are the executive of your estate. Because you see, I'm learning this being online, doing live streams. People can say one thing, but their actions betray them. People can say one thing, but their actions betray them. Yes? So you want to be in harmony. You want to be in agreement with who you are. Spirit, soul, and body. You want to be in agreement. Your spirit agrees, your soul agrees, your body agrees. If there's any discrepancy when you're fighting yourself, there is an issue that needs to be resolved. So let me go back. I know I've spoken a lot about mindset. When you build this furniture shop, you now set up your multi-channel marketing strategy. It is a system. When you set up your multi-channel marketing system, keyword system, it can work with or without you. Your multi-channel marketing system can work with you or without you. This is for those of you who are easily distracted online. Instead of focusing on your business, achieving yours, creating your life by design, this is really helpful because you cannot overcome a system without another system. We overcome our own old system with a better system. Yes? Who knows? Ideas are changing all the time in the marketplace. But this is what I am noticing has been working for me. My own system, the way I think, has changed. I had the caring side as a nurse, giving, generous side as a nurse, but I also have a different system. I care for my clients, but if you're not willing to take the medication I give you, I can't help you, right? Can you see how that works? I'm using what I already have in my background, in my present. If I give somebody a prescription, yes, this is going to work for you. Your finances are sick. Your finances are not healthy. Here is a prescription. Here is a roadmap. It's only about 17 pounds. It's a digital roadmap that you can learn all by yourself in the comfort of your own home, in the dignity of your own space. If you don't take every step, the action that I give you, it is not the fault of the system. It's the person that is not willing to take action. Does that make sense, right? Does that make sense? When I worked in healthcare, I have a patient that is dealing with kidney problems. We go and see the doctor, the GP, yes, and they prescribes a certain antibiotic. Or what we need to do first, we need to do a certain test and that test, maybe 3 different tests. If that patient decides, oh, you know, I'm not sure about this, it means they are not aware of how bad their kidney problems are. Yes, is this making sense? If a patient is not willing to do the test and they're reluctant, they are like, oh, I'm not sure, it means they are not aware that if they don't treat their kidney problems now, it's going to get worse. That's how life works. Whatever we don't repair, we repeat. Whatever you don't make better, you make it worse. So it's on you and me to make it better. Okay. But if this patient is like, yes, Coach Meg, let's go. We go, we see the GP, we get the blood test done, we get all the tests done, everything done, the screening, and we get the results, and the doctor prescribes, according to this, this is what you need to do. Yes? This is the antibiotic I prescribed. Now listen to this. When my patient starts taking antibiotics, day 2, I've been taking antibiotics, why am I not feeling better? I'll be like, okay, you can read the leaflet for yourself, and the leaflet will tell you it will take at least a minimum of 3 days, 4 days. By day 5, you will start to feel better. That's making sense, yes? That's making sense, right? The patient starts feeling better because they're taking the antibiotics every single day. 4 times a day. Mostly, usually. Some antibiotics like twice a day. It depends on the antibiotic, according to the tolerance level. So, I'm bringing this prescription to the marketplace. When you work with a coach, we will sit together and look, where are your finances now? Where is your lifestyle now? Are you stressed out? Are you happy in your relationship? What's stressing you out? Because whatever we are not able to accomplish, there's a reason why. Yes? It is really not that hard. Whatever we are not able to accomplish, this is so helpful because it puts you back in the driver's seat. There's a reason why. And until we identify where the problem is, we do the test, we do the stress test. Like I just gave you the example when I worked in healthcare. We do the blood tests, we do the screening. If a patient needs to go for a scan, we do the scan. All sorts of tests according to the symptoms the patient is showing. Right? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Wherever your life is at now, there's a reason why it's not where you want it to be. There's a reason why you're miserable. Yes? If you are feeling miserable. I hope this is making sense. Because this is even for me, right? If I'm not happy about something, there's a reason why. I need to find out. I think like a scientist in that sense. Yes? Be the scientist of your life, by the way. Be the scientist of your life. Get a PhD as a scientist in your life. You know how your body feels. You know what it feels when there's a certain amount in your bank account. You know how it feels when somebody lets you down. Yes. Yes. You know how it feels when somebody dismisses you or disrespects you. You see, we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to be scientists in our own lives. How long have I been dealing with this? How long have I allowed this sickness to continue? This sickness in my relationship with this person. I have friends, even in my own local church, we don't have the same agreement, we don't see the same perspective, and that's okay. Even if I can see, if this person is willing to do this, that, and the other, they will no longer complain about the airline tickets being expensive. And people sometimes don't like that, and I'm now aware of it. I used to be like, What? I'm giving you a solution and you don't like it? Now I understand, right? So we go to the same church, but it's just like, we're on the same level, and you love people where they are. That's it. Yes? So, coming to your lifestyle, life by design, one of my colleagues was explaining they're starting a business. And I said, okay, that's good, that's exciting. But where do you want your life to be? Because you don't want your business to become like another job. You don't want your business to become like another job. That's why we leave our jobs. That is why we leave toxic husbands. That's why we leave narcissistic husbands. We don't want our new life to have the same kind of person, but with a different name. This is a lot, right? What I love about this content when I do it on the live stream, I don't mind if there's a few people on here, because this is going to serve me well in so many different places. Yes? You do the job once. This is what I love about live streams. You do the job once, but you can be paid over and over again. Yes, you do the job once, and then you get paid over and over again. Come on, guys, different way of thinking. Different way of thinking. We're not codependent on when they pay me at the end of the month. But every individual has to be willing to recognize, I don't like my lifestyle this way. Every person has to be willing to recognize, I don't want to be living like this. Because even if you believe me or not, you will find other coaches online. You may find somebody else. And that is okay. You will come to the same ideas I share on this. Because these ideas are universal. You do the work once, and then you're paid over and over and over and over and over and over and over to infinity and beyond. Where you even put the reward of your hard work in a trust. You work hard now and you protect your future earnings. It's really hot in here. Yes? So the ideas that I'm sharing here are ideas that, because you see, I'm one of those people. I believe it's more than money. It's about deciding your life, changing the mindset, realizing some of us, we need to prioritize our families, make sure our families are first. You're taking care of your family, you supporting them. But when you are stressed out from a job that doesn't even pay you enough money, can you imagine the resentment? Can you imagine that feeling? That feeling like, I'm not even paid enough. What was that for? Your family is struggling, but you're not even paid enough money? So, going back to the practicals, I'm going to be wrapping up. We're not getting to 10,000, it looks like, because I have to move on. I'm too busy. Ooh. Listen, here it is. Owning your space, I'm just recapping on what I said earlier, is own your space online, where you can fully express who you are, your hobbies, the things you care about. Maybe you're into gardening, maybe you're into sewing, maybe you're into cooking, maybe you are a church person, you love church, maybe you are into senior care. Whatever your thing is that you enjoy, this has no age limit. This has no age limit. There's a guy who is 92 on Instagram. He has more followers than people in their 20s. There's a guy, 92, on Instagram. And guess what he does? Very little bit that he does. Because it is inspirational to be at 92 with an Instagram account. Come on, come on. Most of the time he's just cooking, he's telling you what he's doing. And then he shares little ideas like he's flirting with his community. It is so cute. He starts flirting with his community. Oh, I'm looking good. I'm feeling good today. Oh my goodness. Older people sometimes can get weird. It is so 92. He has a huge following. There are people in their 80s, huge following on social media. That is why I love this coaching package I'm talking about. It will not come easy. It's not for the players. It's not for the players. Listen, if you want to take control of your future, if you don't want to worry about your future, if you don't want to be afraid of your future, if you don't want to be afraid of whatever is happening in the economy, who's going to be in the White House or not, who's in Labour or who's in the Conservative, who's the political leader, if you don't want to be controlled by external circumstances that you have no control over, take Coach Meki's advice. This is also going to be on YouTube. I'm going to put this content on YouTube as well, to be on Instagram, to be on Facebook. Because I've worked hard this morning. How amazing is that? I'm working by speaking. How amazing is that, guys? Amazing. In the comfort of my own home, in the time that I choose, living my life by design. This is not hard. This is not like out there. If you don't want to be afraid, if you don't want to be controlled by things that you have no power over. Yes, Trish, you are welcome. You are welcome, Trish. You know, I care so much about families especially, because I know if I can help support the parents, I know the children will be good. I'm indirectly rooting for the children, but for you too. I'm indirectly rooting for the children, especially children of the diaspora, people who they live in another culture and they're struggling financially. They don't know what to do, so they're having family problems. Please share my message. Please share my video. I want to reach as many families as possible. I have a goal. I want to help 100 families. I want to help 100 families. I have a goal. I want to help 100 families to be financially free. I want them to take charge of their life. I want them to go on holidays with their children. I want families to be able to support their aging parents. I want families to be able to, if you want to go back to school, I want people to not feel so stressed out. They're making the money, but they're stressed out. Then in later life, you're dealing with all sorts of medical conditions. I come from a healthcare background. I've seen it. I've seen people who in their 80s, they're still enjoying their life because they decide, I am in control of my life. I have to take charge of my life. So guys, before I wrap up, thank you so much for hanging out. This is so good. This content will be everywhere. I'm just so grateful for those of you who'll be hanging out. Decide I'm going to own my space so that you can enjoy more of your life. This is why I'm sharing this, so that you can enjoy more of your life. Because you see, when the things that make us miserable are taking up too much space in our world, it's hard to enjoy your life, right? It's hard to enjoy quality of life because it's like whatever's making you miserable, thank you so much, Holy Spirit, is taking over everything else. Yes? When you're not happy at work and you're not even making enough money, you can't even spend quality time with your children. No. Those little babies, they need mom and dad to be fully present. Our children become geniuses because we are available to listen to them. Our children become better at articulating their own ideas because somebody is willing to listen to them. And some of us didn't have that, yes? So that's one of the ways to heal your own trauma too. Healing comes from helping other people, by the way, as well. At a high percentage. We heal better when we are willing to help others. Sometimes you may not even need a therapist because you are willing to help others and you start giving out what you need. Anyhow, there's more to what I'm talking about. I've shared some general ideas today, but please take charge. Make sure if what I've said has resonated with you, join my YouTube account. There'll be more content on there. It's easier for me, I think, on that platform to do the classes than on here. But this is really good for getting to know, like, and trust. I can share my ideas. You can get to see my face. You can hear my voice. You can see I'm a real person. It's not AI. In this AI generation, right? You don't even know whether it's the real person or AI. It's getting worse. But we are not going to be intimidated by AI. We are going to ride the wave. We're going to take advantage of AI. In my coaching classes, you can learn how to create your own faceless videos and create faceless channels where you are earning an income from day one. The internet, somebody said, is for the dreamers, for those of us who don't want to be limited by our past story, for those of us who are rewriting our story, for those of us who are creating our life by design. Yes, absolutely. Where you are excited about life. And I know it's not like every day you feel great. Some days you feel like, this is like, but it's about deciding, you know what, this is who I am, this is how I live. Where you adopt the billionaire mindset. I am not a victim of my life. I am in charge of my life. Yes. I've been learning so much wisdom from the late Charlie Munger, who was a good friend of Warren Buffett. His wisdom. He said him and Warren Buffett, they have been doing so well. It's not because they are more clever than other people. It's just because they learned how not to make stupid decisions. Sometimes it's not about being more clever. It's about just reducing your dumb decisions. Like, that wasn't smart. like how we spend our day to day, how we spend our time, yes? Where you put aside a bit of time to make sure your work is done. The work that you need to do to make sure your business is working the way it needs to work. Oh, so you can enjoy your time with your friends. So some of us you're going to start dating again because you experienced really negative dating cycles and all this nonsense. You decide, you know what, I still need a companion in my life. I don't want to be a bitter, angry person. You decide, no, I'm still worthy of love. There are people who become bitter and angry and they close off love, right? No, other people hurt you, but you can decide to become the person who doesn't attract somebody who's going to hurt you. You set the standard from the beginning, where the wrong people can't even say hello to you. They can just see, like, I'm not even going to try anything on her. They can tell your energy, you can't try that nonsense over here. This is the world we live in. We have to be smart. It takes a while sometimes to realize we live in a broken world and we have to be smart and choose life, choose good things, choose things that make us happy, choose friendships that empower us. Let's be friends, by the way. Coach Meg here. Let's be friends, where you're part of a community of people who they start becoming long-term friends because we are all going in the same direction. We are all building things that are going to support us and sustain us. So there's no negativity there because everybody understands what the price is. Yes, where everybody's committed to the journey, where we enjoy our life, where we go on holidays, where you love your life. I don't know about you, but that's the freedom of being alive, to choose the lifestyle you want. That's the gift from God, to be alive and to choose your life. No matter what has happened in the past, where we're willing to walk through all the hurts, the traumas, we're willing to work with a therapist, if it means working with a doctor, but taking action. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. I am on to the next thing. By the way, if you get any messages that are, from the people who started impersonating me, just ignore it. I'm usually doing live streams on here, or I'll be posting some videos on my TikTok account, or I'm on YouTube or other social media platforms. And please make sure you reach out. If you are on my email list, you will get to know what's up, what's happening, any new things happening, and any updates. I appreciate you guys. Much love to you. Get in touch.